All right, Laker Land, welcome back to our live show. And tonight on our stream, we got to talk about Anthony Davis. His voice, is it finally getting heard in the Los Angeles Lakers about the future? We're going to have to talk about that. We got to talk about this big three for the Los Angeles Lakers. We got to lock in, so make sure y'all buckle up as the show is about to begin.
Basketball, a game of giants. When he had to, he knew all the tricks.
Nobody can pass that ball through the heart of the lane. 6. You want to put on a show here.
What up? What up? What up? Purple and gold skies on a Sunday. Y'all know how I'm coming to, man. Welcome back to Laker Land, boys and girls. Y'all already know the vibes. We got a couple interesting topics to talk about this evening, real quick. So y'all know the vibes, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this thing out to the NBA community. Just a quick reminder: join our playback room for all our live reaction shows. We also got a couple other things going down with the Lakerland platform. So come on over to playback.tv/Lakerland and follow the room. I want to kick things off first because I want to get into something I learned about Anthony Davis and the Lakers. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But the big three, the Los Angeles Lakers, a big three. Do the Lakers need a big three? Who is going to be this big three? Should the Lakers target a specific free agent in the summer? That seems to be the topic of discussion. And I'm wondering a couple of things. First of all, has the big three era passed in the NBA? Are we past that? Are we done with the big three era? I know we were done with the 90s earlier this season. Are we now done with the big three era? I'm not sure if you have to have three top heavy guys to win a championship. If you have two, and I think a real consistent supporting cast, you have a chance to me in today's game to win. Big three for the last couple years, as we defined it or identified it, really hasn't worked. Look at Kevin Durant, from Kyrie and James Harden to Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. That really hasn't panned out. And I'm pretty sure there's been a couple of ones, but that one definitely stands out to me. But people are talking about the Lakers and what they should be doing in the offseason. And I'm looking at who is going to be on the team, who has possible options. We got LeBron, who has a possible option, D'Lo, Christian Wood, and Cam. I believe Christian Wood is going to resign. LeBron, he may opt out, but I think ultimately he's going to remain in Los Angeles, especially now that we got a new head coach. D'Lo is interesting. I really want to keep D'Lo, and I consider D'Lo to be the third wheel for the Lakers. I think it's, LeBron, AD, and D'Lo. But who knows where D'Lo mental at, what he desires at this point, and he might want to be gone. But, they got rid of Darvin Ham, so that might want to make D'Angelo reconsider going somewhere else. Cam Reddish more than likely is gone. But you got AD, you got Rui, you got Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, and Vando definitely under contract. Then I was looking at who are the top free agents going into this summer. If everybody feel like the Lakers need to come up with this big three, who's out there? What makes sense? Like, given that they signed LeBron, I'm looking and I'm just like, some of these guys are just not going to, it's just not going to work. But just realistically, I'm just looking at the top of the scale and I'm wondering who, if anybody, would be a good fit for this Lakers team. When we look at the top free agents, whether they're unrestricted or whether they have a player option. And when I'm looking at these top guys, Klay Thompson, to me, and I don't like, and I mean, I like Paul George, but that's not going to happen. Tobias Harris, I like Tobias Harris, but I don't love him. James Harden, no. Pascal Siakam, he's going to want too much. I would love to see him pay up with AD. But Gordon Hayward, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan was somebody that I was campaigning for last year when everybody was talking about Zach LaVine. Could DeMar help out LeBron and Anthony Davis? Absolutely. But it doesn't solve all the problems that the Lakers had. So I don't know if this whole thought process of a big three is best for the Lakers. There are definitely a couple names out there, but I'm just not really 100% sure that we need to go into the direction of trying to sign a third superstar. We need role players. We need shooters. We need rim protection. Like it just was kind of a nightmare this season when we talk about the roster. And I think it can get better, but you got to build from the ground up, not from the top down, because LeBron is getting old. AD is definitely doing his thing, but those guys are going to need some help, rightfully so. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Lakers do this summer as far as free agent. But y'all let me know, Lakerland, what y'all thoughts are about the Lakers in the offseason. Should they try to get like another star player? Or should they just try to, really build around what they have as far as people that's going to be coming back and, with a new coach and all that and try to go? Because, it didn't work out with Russell Westbrook when they went and chased that third star. It didn't work out with Russell Westbrook. I felt like they had an opportunity to get Kyrie. And Kyrie even talked about that and just how the front office, when he was with Brooklyn, I believe, instead of Kyrie going to Dallas, he could have possibly ended up in LA, but that didn't work. When the Lakers won in 2020 in the bubble, I think their biggest strength was their depth. Look at the amount of people that they had on that team in 2020. It was different. It was definitely different, but I thought that was the biggest strength. It was the depth that they had as well as their defense. So my eyes is definitely on Rob Pelinka, moving forward through this summer, just to see what's his angle. Is he going for star power, or is he looking to, build around something? I think AD should be more involved in this than a lot of people are talking about. We're about to get into this whole Anthony Davis thing, but everybody will still say that the team is still built around LeBron James. I don't dispute that. I don't deny that. But, at the end of the day, AD is more likely going to be there longer. So, that was kind of interesting to me. Then I want to talk about Anthony Davis, main topic of discussion. So I'm on social media, right? And we had a talk about this on Lakerland yesterday. And I was wondering, now that Darvin Ham is fired, who's going to have the real say in who's the next head coach going to be? And like, who was the reason that Darvin Ham got fired so early? They didn't wait till the end of the year. And a lot of people felt like the players was involved in that, most notably probably LeBron and AD. And we were trying to figure out, well, who's going to have the say when it comes to who's the new head coach of the Lakers. And most people felt like it was going to be LeBron. This was some of the demands because, LeBron could opt out, hypothetically. And people are feeling like these are some of the demands that LeBron is requesting before he decides on what he's going to do with his future. So I'm looking on social media, and the Lakers has spoke on whose opinion they're going to be taking and listening to when it comes down to who's going to be the new head coach. And it was kind of interesting to me what was said. And this was reported by Dave McMenamin. He says, and of course, LeBron James' opinion will be taken into consideration, but not just LeBron James. Anthony Davis as well, I'm told. This is according to Dave McMenamin. He says, and the team kind of looks at Anthony Davis finally taking the torch from LeBron in the last season and a half, while LeBron can still have the time to process the end of the season as he decides his future with the team, they have another voice and another leader in Anthony Davis, whose opinion they will take under consideration. And for all intent purposes, I still feel like LeBron is still the man, the top guy at the Lakers. We've had so many arguments and debates on who's the most valuable out of him and AD, who's the better player out of him and AD, who's the real leader for the Lakers out of him and AD. But you're talking about the future of the Los Angeles Lakers. And of course, you want LeBron to have some input, but I thought it would have been the other way around. I'm thinking that you would make AD the primary, his ear is really your focus because he's already locked in for 4 seasons. LeBron might not come back. If he comes back, he more than likely only sign for a 2-year deal. So, it kind of bugged me out that they saying, yes, Anthony Davis, his opinion will be considered when we talk about who's going to be the head coach of the Lakers, but it's the secondary. And I'm not trying to say he's a leader over LeBron. I kind of understand it to a point, but I would have felt like they would have publicly made it seem like they had equal say. Not that it was going to be the final decision, but I would put it out there that LeBron and Anthony Davis at this time, if they do have any say in who's the next head coach going to be, it'll hold equal value or equal weight. I think that's probably the best way to go, rather than just, putting it out there that, now AD's voice, he will be heard, and whatever his opinion is will be taken under consideration. But that's like more, the Robin. Like, we already know that LeBron is going to be the first voice that we hear from when we talk about player consideration, and rightfully so. Like I say, LeBron is greater than AD, but AD is going to be there much longer than Bron. So, I think AD will be the one to step up and initialize, what this future will be looking like for the Lakers. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about that, though. Maybe I'm tripping, but I would think that AD should have equal say on who's going to be the next head coach, because again, LeBron is bigger in stature, but who knows how long King James is going to be playing for the Lakers. And I just feel like, man, AD, because he's already locked in for another 4, why not, make AD your priority when you're talking about the future and just getting opinions and all that. You want to appease LeBron. I get it. I understand it. But y'all let me know, Lakerland, what y'all think about the Lakers opting to give AD a voice. They're going to take his opinion under consideration when it comes to the new head coach of the Lakers, but they are giving the impression that LeBron's voice will be heard not first, but most. So I don't know if that's really the right way to go for Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss, but I guess we'll have to see how that play out. And speaking of Rob, we already talked about Darvin Ham being out of here. Then right after that, Rob Pelinka got rid of the entire staff for Darvin Ham. And I'm wondering, Lakerland, and I'm not going to stay too long on this, but at what point do we start to look at Rob Pelinka? And if we are looking at Rob Pelinka right now, what are we thinking? Is he doing this team justice? Is he not doing this team justice? Like, if we're grading Rob Pelinka, and I'm not talking about grading him from 2020 until now. No. If we just try to break it down small circumstance, from the Western Conference Finals loss last year to us losing in the first round, what did Rob Pelinka fail at for the Lakers? Because I don't know if you can, when I think about it, how much blame you really could put on Rob Pelinka for what happened with the Lakers this year. Other than him not pulling the trigger on a trade, something significant like that during the deadline. But even in hindsight, would Jamal, who we had, Murray, Devontae Murray, like it wasn't really no guys out there that I think would have changed life if we would have made a trade. And then we saw the best out of D'Lo once his name was in trade talks. So I'm not really mad that Rob Pelinka didn't pull the trigger at the trade deadline. I was also pretty happy with the actual team going into this season that we had as far as on paper, as far as the roster. It kind of sucked that guys like Vando and them was out from like the first game. So we never really got to see the actual team that Rob put together really out on the basketball court at all in this year. So I don't know. I don't want to say that Rob has done the Lakers a lot of justice because I'm pretty sure we could pinpoint some things. But I don't want to put no blame on Rob Pelinka, I don't think, for the demise of this Lakers season. I just don't know what he could have done. You know, if there was a move to be made that I feel like would have definitely got us over the hump, that's a conversation to have. I really would have liked Kyrie, to join LeBron and AD. That's probably one of the things that I didn't like about Rob, but I don't know if it was, I'm hearing that it was Joe Tsai that was really pulling the tug back when it came to Kyrie coming over to the Lakers. He was asking for entirely too much, and Rob wasn't going to pull the trigger on that deal. So I'm not mad at that, but how long are we going to give Rob Pelinka a pass if the Lakers are, coming up short like they are? I don't see Jeannie Buss firing Rob Pelinka no time soon because, like I said, it seems like he's doing his job. But when is Laker Nation going to start really coming down on Rob Pelinka or start holding him more accountable than we do the players and the head coach? Something to really think about at the end of the day. Also in NBA news around the NBA, Jimmy Butler. This was interesting to me because Jimmy might be gone with the Miami Heat. It's alleged that he's asking for more money. He's asking for top dollar. This is interesting. And I'm willing to bet Miami is going to walk. They're going to part ways with, I don't think they're going to pay Jimmy Butler. I don't know what y'all think, Lakerland, but I don't think that they are going to pay Jimmy Butler. You look at the history of Miami. They got rid of they let Dwayne Wade walk. And Jimmy Butler has been has had a lot of impact on this Miami Heat team since he's come to the organization. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jimmy has taken this team to the NBA Finals twice. Might have went to the playoffs every year in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't think Miami's success has been built or has been based off of Jimmy Butler. It's more of a systematic thing. He's very important, but I feel like if he was gone, Eric Spoelstra, they could find something else to still make them relevant. And I think that's going to be the thing. And one of the reasons why Jimmy, even though it seems like he's irreplaceable because of the guts that he have, his lack of availability, you're not going to give him no top dollar because you don't even know what you're getting. And, he did a lot for this organization. He kept, like I said, he kept them afloat. He kept them relevant. He's definitely been the best player on their team. But he's missed some important situations for this Miami organization, and you're only getting older. The league is getting way younger. Even playing at 100%, Jimmy and Miami ain't winning the title. So, it's just like, even at your best, you still need more to get to where you want to be. Despite the fact that you've been to the final round a couple of times, the Miami Heat doesn't give me an impression that they are closer to getting another Larry O'Brien trophy, even though they went to the finals 2 times in the last 5-6 seasons. So I don't know. I think Miami at the end of the day is just going to part ways. Hopefully they don't dog them out. Hopefully this don't end up being like a nasty situation, something ugly. maybe Jimmy could find his way back in Philly with Embiid and Maxey. I don't know. But I don't think that Jimmy Butler is going to be remaining in Miami. I don't see them paying him that much. I really don't. But y'all got to let me know, Laker Land, what y'all thought about that. And the last thing that I had for this afternoon, Patrick Beverly was allegedly banned from ESPN from that post interview that we had talked about earlier this week. But ESPN came out on social media and made it known that they didn't ban him, nor is he banned from any platform. But it was interesting to me that ESPN let the story kind of linger for like a day or two. They didn't really put this out there until I think maybe a day later. So it was kind of tripping to me. But even if they did ban Patrick Beverly, I just feel like the times have changed. Pat Beverly got his own platform. It's not as big as ESPN. But when you got your own shit, you can be unfiltered. You can deliver it how you want to deliver it. And you don't want Patrick Beverly to be in a box. If Pat going to talk, you want Pat to talk. Gloves off. You're not going to get that from ESPN. I did like him on First Take a couple of times when he was debating on with Stephen A. Smith. He got some good basketball knowledge. I just think if he's going to talk, let it be unfiltered, uninterrupted, something like that. So yeah, I don't think that guys like him and Draymond Green, ESPN doesn't make or break, those guys' voices. You banning them for whatever reason wouldn't affect anything. And then it was crazy to me that they even banned him because the lady said he apologized. Like he apologized to the lady like that next day or that evening, because she was well known in her field. And he apologized to her, and she went on social media and said that she accepted the apology and she was feeling good and all this other stuff. So I thought it was the end of it. Then you turn around and hear that ESPN had allegedly, banned him from the network. Seemed like that story was riding for a day. Nobody said nothing. I didn't even hear him, I don't think, speak on it. And then ESPN had just released a statement not too long ago saying that he wasn't banned, nor is he banned. So I don't know, just a little bit of cleanup by ESPN. Better late than never. But just in my opinion, I just don't think that it would make any difference at the end of the day. Pat Bev is one of those guys that he ain't living off of ESPN. It's a lot of athletes and guys that can do their own thing. Guys like Gilbert Arenas don't need it. Look at Shannon Sharp. We thought that Shannon Sharp teaming up with Stephen A. Smith on First Take was going to be the biggest thing. Shannon Sharp doing way more on Club Shay Shay and his nightcap show than what he doing on ESPN, bro. So it's a changing of the guard. And if you got that sauce, you can make your own dish, So that's what I like to see. Y'all stay safe, though. I'm Seven Mitchell. This is Laker Land. Just wanted to come at you guys real quick and had that conversation about Anthony Davis and the Lakers, man. Because like I say, if you're talking about who's going to be the next head coach, of course LeBron should have some say. But why not AD? And why does AD not have as much as LeBron? It's going to be Anthony Davis's team in a couple years. I feel like Anthony Davis, by him being locked in for 4, he should have just as much, or if not more, say on who should be this head coach moving forward than LeBron James. But y'all let me know, do y'all agree or disagree? Who should have more say about who's going to be the next head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers? Should it be LeBron? Should it be Anthony Davis? I say AD. LeBron is greater, but AD is going to be there longer. And I think it's more important at this point that you appease him, because if LeBron go and then you got AD unhappy, and if he leaves, what you got? Lakers would go back into purgatory. So they got to be thinking about the future, but they better make the right decisions. And I think it starts now. All right, Lakerland. I am 7 Mitchell. This is Lakerland. I hope you guys stay safe. You know, I'll be back at you guys tomorrow. Y'all know how I'll be coming, man. Make sure y'all go check out our store on YouTube and check out our Lakerland apparel and merchandise. We got free shipping available as well as other discounts. And of course, join our playback room for all our live reaction Laker content. That's playback.tv/Lakerland, man. I'm 7 Mitchell, about to sign off, about to get to it for Sunday dinner. Y'all let me know, though, what y'all think about the Anthony Davis situation as well as the big three. Do the Lakers need a big three? Is the big three era of the NBA over? And if y'all feel like LA needs to pick up a star, who should it be? Because when I look at the top guys that's going to be available this summer, I really don't see much being worth it. I really don't. I think we just need to really build around what we have with some consistent guys. I don't think we need to be chasing stars. Y'all let me know, Lakerland. I'm 7 Mitchell, and I am signing off. Y'all stay safe. Peace.